guys, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. It is Friday afternoon and it is time to get started. We have not done a Teen Mom update in a hot minute, and I thought let's get back into it because something's going on in Tennessee and I don't know what it is. And I thought let's chat to see what might be happening. So we know that Teen Mom OG will be back. Obviously, Teen Mom 2 is still on air on MTV. And there's an update with Maci, Mackenzie, and Ryan Edwards, and we need to talk about it. But before we get started, do me a favor and give this video a thumbs up. Also, make sure you subscribe down here if you have not yet subscribed, and turn those notifications on so you know when I go live or when new content loads. All right. So this season, or this upcoming season of Teen Mom OG has not yet been announced, but we know it's filming. In fact, I had a chance to speak to Mackenzie Edwards, who is Ryan Edwards' wife, about this upcoming season, and she promised there will be lots and lots of drama coming up in the season. There has also been some mysterious activity by Taylor McKinney because his entire social media presence has been deleted. Taylor has basically removed his Twitter and his Instagram, and that happened at the end of October with a lot of people wondering what the heck is going on. Why would he delete everything? Rumors have been swirling, and yet no answers, no clear answers about what's going on. No indication of if he just needed a social media break, if he was going away, if there was some sort of fight, if he just doesn't want to be on social media anymore, whatever. But he's not online. And on top of that, there has been some stuff brewing between Ryan Edwards and Maci Bookout McKinney between their custody agreement with their son, Bentley. So we know that the relationship between the two of Ryan and Maci is a tenuous one. There has been some issues that Ryan has faced with addiction and spending some time behind bars related to his opioid addiction. Since getting out of his last stint in behind bars, Ryan has remained out of trouble. He, according to Mackenzie, has remained sober and is working a program, along with her also working a program and going to Al-Anon with him doing meetings. With Ryan's sobriety still relatively new and ultimately a little bit fragile, they are working towards maintaining their life as a family. They have 2 kids that they welcomed very quickly together. They have a 2-year-old Jagger and 11-month-old Stella, along with Mackenzie's son Hudson. This is a very, very full house, and obviously they see Bentley when they can. But Larry Edwards, Ryan's dad, actually told the son that there's some serious issues going on with custody, and Maci has basically been making it impossible for Ryan to see his son Bentley. And I'm not sure if he's implying that there might be some parental alienation, but something's going on with Maci and Ryan, and it's gotten to a point where apparently Ryan went through quite a long time of not actually even being able to see Bentley. So what Ryan's dad told the son was this: they had not been allowed to see Bentley at all because he said in October that they were not allowed to see Bentley at all because co-parenting was not going well. Now, in terms of where they're going to be now, he says that they're going to a wrestling tournament or a wrestling match this weekend. So this is what Larry said: we're going to Bentley's wrestling match Saturday if it doesn't get canceled because of COVID. They said that Ryan and Mackenzie are absolutely going to attend the wrestling match to see Bentley. They said that they did not see Bentley for Thanksgiving. He was in Texas with his stepdad, Taylor McKinney's family. Now, Maci has been down in Texas spending some time. She posted a video of her and Bentley doing some practice golfing, and a lot of people were like, "Oh, what are you doing down in Texas?" Well, I don't know, apparently Taylor's family is down there, and this is what he said about the relationship between Maci and Ryan. The relationship hasn't been going well. It's not any better. Something came up that she wanted and needed, and Ryan wasn't going to comply with everything she wants and needs, and we've been shut down. Bentley right now, we can't even see him. They're not even allowed to see him. It is what it is. He wouldn't elaborate on what it was that Maci wanted them to do or what she wanted from Ryan, on why Maci would withhold Ryan and his family from Bentley. The fact now that Maci is holding Bentley away from Larry and Jen is an interesting one. So would Ryan actually go to court to settle everything, to get court? I mean, this is the biggest issue with Ryan, is that he has literally no custody agreement for Bentley. And because of that, he has always been at the free will or at the discretion of what Maci wants for him. And he said no. So in terms of will Ryan fight for custody, he says no. Ryan doesn't want to deal with it. He doesn't want to put himself back in a situation. He's got a family. He needs to take care of himself. Then he needs to take care of them. So they're worried that apparently a custody battle could potentially trigger a relapse for Ryan. And so because his sobriety is so fragile, he doesn't want to add the stress of a custody battle to his life so that he doesn't relapse. Ugh. And then he said, if it's going to be a situation where he gets upset and things are said, Ryan is not participating because he's not going to let her pull his triggers. He's pretty much whatever she wants to do is fine. We're not going to fight it. We're not going to change it. It's just the way it is, and I'm sorry for it. Even though they have this very tenuous relationship with Maci, he did say that he still thinks that Maci is a great parent to Bentley, but that he lamented that, I just wish we could work together a lot better and be more part of everybody's life, and it works out. I hope so more for Ryan. So this is concerning. I mean, I don't know. I guess I can understand from one point, Ryan does want to make sure that he can stay healthy for the kids that he has with his wife, Mackenzie. But if I were Bentley as a child, I would maybe be like, why is daddy not fighting for me? But it's like, there's so much, this relationship between Ryan and Maci has always been so messy. And he has always said he's going to go to court and then he doesn't. And it's surprising to me that the courts haven't stepped in any sort of way to put some sort of formal agreement together, or that they haven't done some sort of mediation to put some sort of custody agreement together so that he was assured to have rights to his son. So apparently at one point back in March, Maci was saying that they were actually in a better place. And she said, I don't want to say time heals all wounds because that's cheesy and it's not always true. We definitely still don't have much of a relationship. We're just trying to get to a place where we could be in the same room and around each other and speak and not be so awkward. We all just want the best for Bentley and we're taking steps to get there maybe one day. Now, she actually had the biggest issue here was that there was a restraining order for quite some time because Ryan, while he was using, apparently had left a voicemail threatening to show up at their house and take their son. So she claimed in an order to the court, he left voice messages threatening to show up at my house and take my son. He has made threats to show up and hurt me if I don't answer my phone. She also alleged that he showed up under the influence of heroin and got in her face, yelling and threatening to hurt her. And he also apparently told Taylor that he would put a bullet in Taylor's head. Now, obviously, this was all while he was under the influence. He has now gotten sober, and that restraining order has now expired, and they have not re-extended that. So they absolutely could get back to a place where they are all co-parenting and working together. There is so much damage between these two. And I obviously understand Maci's desire to want to protect her son from the chaos, want to keep him away from the messiness that was Ryan, and make sure that Bentley is not negatively affected by it. Ryan has missed out on a lot of Bentley's life because he's either been using or he just hasn't really fought enough to see him. He's never put anything in place from the court's perspective. In a lot of ways, I don't know if he just didn't want to do it because he didn't want to deal with Maci. He didn't want to deal with the stress, or maybe he was still in an addiction. I can understand Maci's point of view for potentially wanting to shield her son from that. I do hope that at some point all of them can come together and find some healing here, because Bentley is the one that loses out on all of this, especially if she's not allowing him to see his grandparents, who he loves so much. And especially, you know, a father and a son, no matter how much time goes on, the dad is always going to want to know the son. The son's always going to want to know the dad. Obviously, Taylor has been a stepfather to him and has helped Maci a lot, but a stepfather will never replace a biological father. And so, you know, I would hope that someday down the line, all all of these people can come together and resolve this. So in the meantime, they're apparently going to be able to see Bentley this weekend, and hopefully everything will change. But apparently this upcoming season, there could be some accusations of parental alienation where Maci is alienating her son from Ryan. Now, do you think that's possible or feasible given what Ryan's history is? Do you think in this case it's reasonable for her to potentially alienate or to potentially shield him from that? Can you claim parental alienation when you have been under the influence for a large majority of your son's life? Tell me what your thoughts are in the comments below. Bye, guys.